Guys, welcome back to another video. We have lots of news to discuss. It was a huge day yesterday. Nothing really with Activision Blizzard, but there is something pretty interesting I'm going to talk about in this video. But there was a big Capcom event, the Capcom Spotlight. Really awesome event. Capcom usually hits on their events because they have a good selection of games that they are showing off. They don't have events unless they have some cool stuff to show, and this event really was no other than the same. And one of the biggest things that got announced at this event was Exoprimal, coming July 14th. But the biggest announcement out of everything is it is coming day one to Xbox Game Pass on July 14th. So another massive game dropping in to Xbox Game Pass on day one. And honestly, this is a no-brainer. This is a co-op shooter, a co-op third-person exosuit mech style of game where you're just fighting hordes of dinosaurs off. They showed more gameplay. It looks pretty fun. It's not the most hype game out there for me, but from what I have seen after especially the announcement of going to Xbox Game Pass, I'm definitely going to be checking this game out. And there's also a beta coming March 17th to 19th, so you get an idea of exactly how this game is going to feel when the official game drops on July 14th. They announced a bunch of other things, like there is going to be the premium pass or the season 1 survival pass, so like a battle pass essentially for this game, so you can get that, and then a bunch of extra DLC stuff if you pre-order it, and all of these things that are going to be coming into this game. Again, a just no-brainer for Game Pass because of the style of game. The microtransactions are probably going to be heavy in this game, especially if you're signing up for the battle pass, and as long as the battle pass is good, it's not that big of a deal, and we'll see how they support the game going forward. They continuously bring content people are going to be checking out and playing Exoprimal. So that was pretty cool. Then they announced that Resident Evil 4 is getting a brand new chainsaw demo that is available right now to go and play. I can't wait to check that out. I have the collector's edition of this game pre-ordered, which comes out just in a couple of weeks. March 24th is the release date for coming to the Xbox Series X and S. I got the Xbox version of it, and I can't wait to see the statue and just if that collector's edition is worth it. It may not be, but you know, I'm a sucker for those things, especially for Resident Evil 4. Then they announced Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, which is coming over to Xbox and Windows PC and all the other platforms on April 28th. And we know Monster Hunter Rise is already currently on Xbox Game Pass. So you never know, maybe at some point this game will make its way into the service, maybe months after its release. They announced this Phantom Detective game here, which is a puzzler from the Ace Attorney director. And then they announced the commentator for Street Fighter 6, not Final Fantasy 6, Street Fighter 6. But overall, pretty cool show. Small amount of games, like just short, sweet, and hitting us with the content. But again, the big announcement, Exoprimal coming over to Xbox Game Pass July 14th, day one. The service just continuously is getting better, and it's a Capcom game. That's going to be big for regions that don't generally think of Xbox. Like you think about the Asian regions, you think about Japan. Maybe people will look at this and say, hey, if I can play this on a subscription service via the cloud, I can play it on my phone wherever I am, on mobile devices, maybe I will check out Xbox Game Pass. I think that could be something that pushes that forward. Now, sticking on the topic of games, there was another delay that happened yesterday, and that was Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Well, it's reportedly delayed again, but Jason Schreier here is saying the delay also moves Suicide Squad out of a crowded release window that currently includes the new Zelda, Diablo, and Final Fantasy games, which I think, especially because of the reception of this game when they showed it off, people were disappointed that it was just essentially a looter shooter. Although to be completely honest, like I'm not like insanely hyped to play this game, but I feel like it's going to surprise people. I don't know why. I just have that feeling. I believe in Rocksteady. I think they're very good developers. And although it is a looter shooter, I think it's going to be fun to play and people are going to get addicted to it. That's my prediction. I'm going on the opposite side of everybody else when it comes to this game, because most people are looking at this game and saying it's going to flop, it's going to fail. People are pissed off. But I feel like it's going to come out. You're going to have a decent amount of people still picking it up and playing it. Maybe not as many as they would have wanted just because of the critical reception so far. You're going to see a lot of gameplay popping up, and I think if it's good, you're going to have a lot of people talking positively about it, and it may end up being successful. But we'll see. We'll see That's just my prediction. I know I'm going out on a limb here because everyone else predicts the other way for this game, but I'm actually think it'll be pretty fun. I think it'll be a decent looter shooter. And then Jason Schreier continues, because a lot of people were saying they delayed it because of fan backlash, but I don't believe that's the case. I think it does make more sense that they would have delayed this because of the release window. I mean, any game going up against The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom and even Diablo 4, it's going to be hard to push up against those games and to get people's attention, especially when everyone is going to be talking about those other two and playing them. But Jason Schreier says, for what it's worth, delay like this is mainly for polish, not to overhaul the core gameplay that caused the backlash. Suicide Squad started off as a game as a service and will remain one short of a complete reboot, which would require a much longer delay. So if you're expecting them to come back with a new trailer, with new gameplay, and this game be overhauled, it is not going to happen. This is a looter shooter. That's what it is. So if you're interested in it, go into this game knowing that it is that type of game. I'm probably going to check this out when it comes out. Now, here we have Xbox pulling out all the stops and I guess kind of trolling a little bit, you could say, as they are running full page newspaper ads about Call of Duty on Xbox. And this is in the UK specifically, where we know right now they're clashing with the CMA. And we have Tom Warren here saying Microsoft has placed a full page ad in 2 newspapers in the UK today for its Activision Blizzard deal. Call of Duty for 150 million more players, argues Microsoft as it pushes for its deal to be approved by the UK. And you can take a look at it. They're just front and center here, Financial Times, and they're saying, listen, you guys in the UK want Call of Duty on more devices. Should be supporting this deal because this is what's going to happen. You're going to be able to play this game anywhere. And from the documents we've seen from the videos that I've made recently going over Microsoft's response to the Xbox Activision Blizzard acquisition, CMA remedy stuff, this game is going to be coming over to PlayStation Plus, most likely, if PlayStation accepts the deal that Microsoft is offering them. They're saying we will put this in your subscription service too if this deal does go through. So that's something you should potentially be expecting if the acquisition closes. But here's the ad. Call of Duty for 150 million players. That's just one of our commitments upon approval to unite Activision, Blizzard, and Xbox. More games, more players on more platforms. And, you know, look, they show off all the devices that's going to go on. They even have the Logitech G Cloud thing there at the bottom right, which is cool. So people who don't fully understand what Xbox is all about right now, which is giving people more access to games on whatever device they're, maybe they'll see this and maybe they will be sitting there hoping the deal goes through. I don't know how much this will do for pushing this deal through because it's just an ad. It's more for the consumers to, I guess, go up and talk about this deal and be for the approval of it. But it's the CMA at the end of the day, ultimately, that is going to be making the final decision. But I mean, hey, they're putting out ads now in newspapers, which to me shows that they are definitely not 100% sure that this deal is going to pass. And they're trying to do everything they can to get the public opinion on their side. That's what I first thought about when I saw this. But there's that in terms of the Activision acquisition. And then finally, to end things off here, we have Aaron Greenberg here tweeting about 2023. I think the Starfield event, for some reason, I mean, I don't get it. I made some joking, sarcastic tweets, just kind of taking, you know, just laughing at all of people crying about Starfield. I get why people are upset that it got delayed to September, but it's such a minor delay. And the reality of the situation is, it's a better time frame for Starfield. Starfield releasing in September is better for the game than releasing in June. I totally understand the argument that people are saying that, well, this is Xbox, they've delayed stuff, they haven't lived up to the time frames and the dates that they said that they were going to release games, and that's why they're pissed. And it's not because there isn't anything to play, because 2023 has just been absolutely stacked with games. It's like it's been nonstop, and it's going to continue to get better. I mean, even look, now we have Exo Primal coming to Game Pass in July. But Starfield is a huge game, and you want that game to release polished. You don't want that to come out buggy. This is a generational Bethesda RPG. This is on the same level as Skyrim, and they don't want that to fail whatsoever. They want to make sure this game comes out and it comes out and people enjoy it and aren't complaining about the bugs here and there. And I think that's why they're continuously delaying it, and putting into the September time slot, I think is a good move. They did, if you remember, they had their 12-month event, and they said these are the games you should expect in the next 12 months, or you should be able to play in the next 12 months. And that means Starfield missed that. They did have in fine print at the bottom targeting 12 months. So you could say that they left the door open for it not to happen. But I understand it. But games get delayed across all of the different platforms. It's not just Xbox. That's the narrative going around right now. I mean, we just saw the Suicide Squad thing, but this is a good tweet kind of putting all the headlines together to show that it's not just Xbox. I mean, look at Ghost of Tsushima got delayed. You have Horizon Forbidden West that got delayed. You have Days Gone got delayed before it came out. You have The Last of Us Part 2 that was delayed indefinitely with no new release date. And then you have God of War Ragnarok, which got delayed. People always forget that. They give God of War Ragnarok a pass, but that game got delayed. They showed it off for 2021 and then they delayed it. And I think they full well knew that they weren't going to release that game in 2021. And then finally, Gran Turismo 7 also got delayed. So these companies are always delaying. It isn't just Xbox. Xbox has a bad reputation. I'll give that when it comes to this type of stuff and just not delivering on the stuff that they said they will deliver on and the games and the time frames and the release date that they say they will deliver on. But it isn't just Xbox. And Aaron Greenberg, I think, kind of was sensing the feelings amongst a lot of Xbox fans, and he tweeted this out yesterday. 2023 is already shaping up to be an exciting year for Xbox and our fans, from the studios at Developer Direct and Shadow Drop of Hi-Fi Rush to upcoming launches of Minecraft Legends and Redfall, leading up to our Xbox Game Studio showcase on June 11th, followed by the Starfield Direct, which again, between now and June 11th, between now and September, there's just so many games to play. I'm actually really excited for this event on June 11th to see what they do. Are they going to go with the 12-month time frame, or are they going to step away from that? I know there is debate amongst that. Again, me personally, I liked it. I like the 12-month thing if they can release all of those games that they talk about in 12 months. And because I don't care about games that are coming out 4 or 5 years from now. I don't care about games that are coming out 3 years from now, because there is a history of that in the industry, of them just showing off these hype trailers and then you don't hear anything about these games anymore, and then it just causes more people to be pissed off. Whereas if you show off games that have gameplay, which is really all I want to see at events is gameplay, and then you actually give us release dates or generalized release dates and then deliver on that, it creates more confidence in the consumer base. But obviously it can backfire when things like Starfield happen. I just don't think Starfield overall going to September is a bad thing. I think it is a good thing. But this person asks, another year without Forza Motorsport. This Tim Dog, Forza coming this year, don't be silly. And Aaron Greenberg replies, oh, it's coming, and with fire. So Forza Motorsport 2023, the question is, in the first half of 2023 or in the second half of 2023. But I'm going to leave the video there, guys. Let me know what you think about all of this news. Are you going to be playing Exo Primal? Are you excited that it dropped into Game Pass day one? Because that's probably the biggest game announcement for Xbox yesterday. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up. If you're new, hit that subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.